How is it going, you guys? As I announced on my Facebook account, I am very excited to bring you guys Black Dynamite Season 2 episode reviews. Now, if anybody's been following my channel in the past, you guys know that I love Black Dynamite, and I talked about it in my past couple of videos. I made a series about it, did a series overview, did a couple of episode reviews. So with this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to review each Black Dynamite episode. It comes out on Sunday, so be tuned in to my channel around maybe 10 or 11 o'clock if you're up around that time. If you're not, just watching in the morning, and just get your daily dosage of that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what this episode deals with is, of course, Black Dynamite and his friends Honeybee, Cream Corn, and Bullhorn. And what this episode deals with is it focuses on black rights issues. And it's so funny. This episode is so funny because what it does is it takes a spin on it. And how this episode actually works is they're going to a function that deals with black empowerment or black history. And it's with Martin Luther King. He's sitting on a toilet, right? And he's taking a crap. And on the back it says white. It says something along the lines of white privilege isn't white privilege, and black people can sit on the toilet and take a crap or whatever. And Reverend Al Sharpton took a spin on it, and he said that it's time for black people to come together. And he was given different scenarios and different reasons for why we need to come together. And he motioned for a change. And what he wanted to do was he first showed a visual aid, and the visual aid was the actual Roots movie. And of course, it was showing Toby getting whooped in by a white person with a crackle or a whip and stuff like that. And what he said was, maybe we should enslave white people. And this was interesting. This was interesting because what it does is it puts white people in the perspective of what black people went through, and they could actually get a feel for it. But the difference was that, and just kind of how like they did back in slavery, they used our skills in conjunction with their lives to benefit them. And it was cool because you saw how some owners had doctors and lawyers within their household, so if they got into trouble, they could use their occupation or their career for their benefit. And it was really interesting seeing that. But one of the things was, it was cool how Black Dynamite said, you know what, I see what's going on. I see what black people went through, and we don't need to take this route again. We don't need to do that. It's not right. It's not right. And so what he decided to do was, he said, okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to make things right. I'm going to stop this slavery thing. We're going to stop bidding on white people. And two wrongs don't make it right. It just makes things worse, which is true. Now, that was interesting to me. So what Black Dynamite decided to do was, he said, okay, well, this is what I have to do. I have to start with my own community to take down the leader. And the leader was Reverend Al Sharpton. And so what he did was, he went into a church and he got the white people and the black people together. And he said, what I have to do is I'm going to motion for a vote. And he voted for how many people want white people to stay enslaved. How many black people don't want white people to be enslaved. So it was basically equal until this one guy came in and basically said, okay, you know what? This is what's going to happen. We don't need this to happen. We don't need this to happen. It's only going to make things worse and matter things worse. And pretty much everything was solved along those lines. But what was cool, what I really got from this episode, was not the fact that what Black Dynamite did, but what the end result of what the white people saw. They said, I see what black people are going through. It's not just enough that we were freed as slaves, but what's more important is what we do after we're free. We need our rights. We need to change the way we act. We need to not necessarily dress a certain way, but fight for our rights, because that's what we need. We need our rights, and our rights are important. And it just doesn't stop for us being freed, but what we do after we're freed. And that was interesting. So this was a very, very good episode. I'm definitely going to continue to support this series. One of the highlights of the episode is Bullhorn. Bullhorn was just crazy. I mean, and Cream Corn, oh my gosh, man. Like, those two characters are like the funniest characters within this series, I have to say, because they're always doing something outside of the norm. And I just love it. And Honeybee, oh man, she was good in this episode. She was pretty good in this too. But yeah, so was it a good episode? Yeah, of course it was. I'm definitely excited to I'm definitely excited to review this series and to see what's in store within the next couple of episodes. So with that being said, guys, Strapped Up 24. See you guys later in another video. Peace. Sayonara. Stay cool.